Okay, there we go. There we go. I was able to get it working. Let's go. There we go. Now we can have people chat. Okay, we got it.
Wavering out there. Tonight he looks healthy, he looks strong. He is from Victoria, which is just a stone's throw from Vancouver, so he does like to play against Vancouver quite a bit.
Intimidated by anybody on the ice, and to have that type of courage and be that type of brave player, they're hard to find. I think a lot of fans appreciate that about him.
And I think that moment, the hit on
Rantanen?
Nazem Kadri.
The Kadri hit, yeah, the
like,
open ice hit.
That was a big moment for me as far as the physicality of Elias Pettersson, because you see, it's those open ice hits on a play like that, like it's daring to step up to make that play, and then obviously have it connect so well. I imagine it draws a lot of confidence from him, and showcasing the courage to be willing to try to make that play, because open ice hits right now across the league side, they feel so rare.
Yeah.
In that manner, like
and he
truly protect the blue line with physicality. We talk so much about gapping up and the denial rates right now,
but guys who can legitimately stand somebody up on the blue line.
Because usually when we talk about protecting the blue line, it's like channeling a guy towards the boards and rubbing him out, and then
that's what Soucy did. Last year.
But that's like true blue line protection. Maybe not Scott Stevens-esque, but like akin, the 2025 version of that. And so you see the courage to use the body from Elias Pettersson. And then, like it's clearly a penalty, the one on Mikko Rantanen. But you want to see a certain level of fire. And we keep looking for just moments of these guys to show something. So that again, as you said, like he's not afraid to go after anyone.
No, and honestly, like take it. Like, I'll take the loss in terms of the standings. We'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard in a bit, and somebody texted and says, wow, the out-of-town scoreboard is looking good tonight, and it is if you're looking at it from that perspective. Like the season is done from that standpoint, so I don't care if they win or lose. It's more about, do we see individuals at least playing hard? Quinn texted and says, I'm pretty sure Joshua cranked Rantanen. He did have a hit on Rantanen as well, and Quinn is right about that. But I get it. Like, when you watch this team just look so meek in comparison to Dallas, you feel like they're soft, and clearly they need to get better. But, to your point, there have been a couple guys bringing it, notably DPD. Gurnor from Surrey says, Mancini still needs some work. Having a rough go on it for the top pair the past couple of games, and he is not playing alongside Quinn tonight. And he's had a difficult night as far as his defensive play is concerned. He got walked at one point by Sam Steele. It came around, and you were joking. I mean, this is a guy who was drafted, was it 3 years ago? And he's a fifth-round draft pick. He's exceeded expectations, but there are a lot of raw abilities to his game, but you do also see a lot of things he has to refine, Bick.
Yeah, and his best traits are skating and offensive ability, right? And in-zone plays. But yeah, there needs to be a little bit of work as far as defensively, and so Sam Steele really got a step on him in that moment, and fantastic play, like being patient and outwitting Demko and getting that shot off, doesn't fall in. Mancini tucks that into Demko for the freeze, and they get the face off. So there's going to be moments, just like we've talked about with every young player, like Aatu Ratu, we see flashes, and then the Vegas game, that pivotal moment happens. It's going to be up and down for these guys. It's not smooth the whole way through.
Yeah, and as far as the out-of-town scoreboard goes, the Islanders are tied with the Preds 4-4 heading into the third. Utah's up 3-0 on the Seattle Seattle Kraken. And if that score holds, they will jump over the Canucks in the standings. So if you're looking at the reverse standings and the Canucks improving their draft lottery odds, if these scores hold, they will certainly do that from that perspective. Canucks down 3-0 against the Stars. Keep your thoughts coming into our text inbox, 650-650. A lot of good ones. We'll try to answer some of them on the post-game show, but text in, call in on post-game. We'll have a lot of fun and talk about what's next for the Canucks and what happened here against the Stars. It's Sat and Bick. Canucks down 3-0. Batch and Randy have your third period call next on Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
When your forklift goes down, so does your productivity. That's why Rack Steel Material Handling is committed to keeping your equipment running with expert service. We work on all major forklift models, offering routine maintenance and fast response repairs, so you stay ahead of the breakdowns. And when it's time to grow, ask us about new forklifts to grow your fleet. Plus, we supply pallet racking systems built to match your operational needs. At Rack Steel, we get you operating faster. Book your next service today at racksteel.com.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew. Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Running a small business is tough, now more than ever. Every marketing dollar has to work harder. That's why Canadian businesses trust Constant Contact. With email, events, and social tools, you can reach more customers, drive sales, and see real results. On average, every dollar spent on email marketing returns $36. That's ROI you can count on. Even in challenging times, our all-in-one marketing platform helps businesses grow. See for yourself. Start for free today at constantcontact.ca.
The federal election is on Monday, April 28th. Make sure you're registered to vote. If you are, you should get a voter information card in the mail. It tells you where and when you can vote. If you don't get one by April 11th, or if the information on it is incorrect, visit elections.ca.
For the official information you need to vote, visit elections.ca or call 1-800-463-6868. It's our vote.
This month, BC Liquor is bringing you amazing savings. Enjoy $5 off on the Smooth Donna Paula Malbec, or refresh your taste buds with $3 off NutraVodka Soda Lime 12-pack. Looking for something different? Save $3 on Molson Canadian 24-pack, or savor the classic flavor of 40 Creek Barrel Select Whiskey with $2 off. And that's just the beginning. There's so much more in-store savings waiting for you. Hurry! This sale ends March 26th. Visit your nearest BC Liquor location today. Products vary by store and only while supplies last. Enjoy responsibly.
Everyone has a happy hour, but only Boston Pizza has Appy Hour. And it's not just an hour, it's many hours. You get specially priced appies and drinks every day from 2 to 5 and from 9 till close. From snack-sized bites perfect for pre-gaming or late nights to delicious shareables for the whole family. Bandera bread, wings, nachos, passion fruit mules, and more. Every day, specially priced during Appy Hour. Only at your local Lower Mainland Boston Pizza. 100% locally owned and operated.
It's me, your dull wall. Yep, dull colors, dull finish. No one's painted me since this home was built. It's a shame. A fresh coat would make this place feel brand new. Hey, did I bore you to sleep? Wake up.
Make it right. Make it Rona. Rona Week is on now. Save 25% on all sizes of Seco Endurance interior paint. Conditions apply. Details in store and more offers at Rona.ca.
Splash's Bath and Kitchen is your source for home inspiration and transformation.
The Canucks are out of
Discover
the
a range of
playoff
affordable
contention.
luxuries like Grohe bathroom faucets that blend German engineering with timeless European design. Grohe is just one of the many premier brands you'll find in Splash's Bath and Kitchen showrooms, along with friendly expert advice. Prefer
As
shopping
long
from
as
home?
Dallas
Experience
wins in
fast Canada-wide
regulation,
shipping when you shop at
and,
splashes.com. Transform your bathroom into a
take
personal
a look at the
oasis.
score.
Visit
Obviously,
one of the Splashes
happy
Bath
for
and
this
Kitchen
guy
showrooms
scoring,
across
happy for Mason
Western
Marchman
Canada.
and Matt Duchene scoring. Obviously, I'm okay with that because,
On the official
you know,
home of the Canucks, Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet
you gotta
Radio
love it when
Network.
Dallas scores.
Welcome back. Brendan Batchelor and Randeep Janda with you as we get set to go to the third period. The Stars lead the Canucks 3-0. Make sure to stay tuned after tonight's game for the Canucks Central post-game show. Satyar Shah and Bick Nazar will take your calls and texts. They'll also be joined by Ian McIntyre. You'll hear Rick Tockett's post-game thoughts and much more right here on your home of the Canucks, Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network. And the Canucks will be mathematically eliminated from playoff contention if they don't earn at least a single point in this game tonight, Randy. So 20 minutes left to try and keep your hopes alive.
Okay.
You got to be digging deep.
So,
you have to
is
have
that on
desperation in your
Fubo?
game. Of course, the percentages say what they're
Okay.
going to say, but 20 minutes and a 33-second power play here to
Because
get
I
the
might have
season
it going on.
extend it and really stave off elimination. And this is going to be a big 33 seconds right off the bat here, Batch.
As Matt Dumba's still in the box for a late cross-check at the end of the second, but the Stars win the draw and dump it into the Vancouver zone. Vancouver in white is skidding from left to right. Dallas in green is going from right to left, and here's Garland speeding into the Stars zone.
No.
Left circle. For DeBrusk driving the goal, he scores! Jake DeBrusk from below the goal line banked it off Casey DeSmith and in, so the Canucks were listening. They score a goal on the power play.
It's
just
3-1.
17 seconds into the third to make it 3-1.
And there was that desperation as the Canucks attack with speed. Connor Garland coming down the right-hand side, plays a cross-ice feed to Jake DeBrusk, and this is such a smart play as DeBrusk sees Casey DeSmith commit, but he leaves a little bit of room and just knocks the puck off his left skate into the net and makes this a 3-1 goal. But that is Jake DeBrusk thinking very quickly, reacting to what he sees from the goaltender, and getting another goal here on the power play.
DeBrusk only had one goal in his last 12 games, but he scores his 25th of the season. It comes on the man advantage
my phone's
for
dead,
the Canucks.
so I can't
And they're
do
back
it
to
right
within
now.
2, trailing the Stars 3-1. Dallas in the Vancouver
I
zone
know.
with the puck. Pass left wing was deflected away from Harley, and here's Joshua right wing. Into the Stars end, through a puck to the goal, stopped by DeSmith. It's still loose in front. Joshua digging away at it. But the Dallas netminder smothers it for the whistle. 41 seconds into the third. The Stars lead the Canucks 3-1.
And there's definitely some hunger here from the Vancouver Canucks. The first 2 shifts, they've been playing with speed. They've been attacking. That also occurs here with the Kiefer Sherwood line. But Jake DeBrusk now up to 13 power play goals on the season. 25 total goals, tying Brock Besser for the team lead.
Meanwhile, Quinn Hughes picked up the second assist, which means he's now 3 points away from tying Alex Edler's franchise record for points.
Come
by
on,
a
you want to give me
defenseman.
my Fubo information?
Canucks still with it in the Dallas zone. Connor Garland right corner, pushed to the boards by Harley. Hughes Suter
Yeah.
into support, can't find the puck, and Jason Robertson clears to center.
Oh my gosh,
Hughes
I
at
put
his
in the
own
wrong
line.
Gmail.
Plays it up the right wing for Suter. He'll fire it back into his own zone for Hronek, and the Canucks will regroup, and now it's Hughes bringing it to center. Trying to pass left wing. It hopped over the stick of Hughes. Suter rolls in wide of the Dallas net. Suter after it on the forecheck. Got it free to Garland left corner. Spinning away from Rope Hintz down low. Garland trying to center and pass. It deflects to the right point for Philip Hronek. Hronek chops it back down the near wall. Or Niels Höglander cutting into the slot. Got a wrist shot away, but it sails over the glass and out of play. And the faceoff will remain in the Dallas zone. 1:32 into the third. The Stars lead the Canucks 3-1.
And Vancouver certainly leaning into this third period here as you've got 18 minutes and 28 seconds to get back into this
I
game.
know,
They've
it's
got
a little
one goal.
crazy.
Jake DeBrusk now in 7 games against Casey DeSmith in his career has 3 goals. So certainly feeling confident against Casey DeSmith.
Canucks win the draw in the Dallas end. Mancini from the line. Drives to the left circle. Trying to centering pass in front. Picked up by Lindell in the slot. He got it to Mikael Granlund, who cleared it into the neutral zone. Marcus Pettersson in his own end. Passes to Mancini near side. He'll bank it right wing to the red line for DeBrusk. Tried to tip it to Bluger through the middle, but Marchment steals it, and he's back in on the right wing. Mason Marchment, top of the right circle, fanned on a shot.
Looks like there's going to be a power play
Gathers
for
in and passes into the slot for Matt Duchene. He'll retreat
Vancouver.
to the right point. Duchene with a centering feed. Marchment tipped it wide of the net. Now Granlund tees up a drive for the line. Blockered away to the corner by Demko. And Marchment's after it near boards in a battle with Teddy Bluger, who took a stick in the face. This will be a Dallas penalty, and the Canucks are going to get their second power play of the game. Demko goes to the bench for the extra attackers. 6-on-5 for the Canucks for the moment, with Brock Besser controlling in his own zone. Besser leaves for Hughes behind the Vancouver net. Hughes. Left wing to center.
And
Drops
it's
to
a
the
double
trailer,
minor.
Connor Garland. Got it ahead for Drew O'Connor into the Dallas zone.
It'll be a 4-minute for a high
Stolen
sticking.
from him by Sam Steele. That'll draw the whistle. And this is going to be a double minor. Teddy Bluger's got a cut on his chin.
And this is a battle in the corner with Mason Marchman as Marchman's digging for the puck, but he ends up trying to lift the stick of Teddy Bluger, but ends up missing it and hitting Teddy Bluger right in the chin, as you mentioned. He split him pretty good. I think this one might require stitches at some point,
dude.
depending on how the training staff deals with
This
it.
is how
But
I'm
a
going to
double
stream the
minor
game
for Mason
when I'm at my
Marchman,
dad's place.
and an excellent
For
opportunity
other
for
fun.
Vancouver. Teddy Bluger
Good news.
is going off to the room. So
Outside of
I think
Dallas
he's gonna
having
need
a
stitches on
double
that one.
minor. Vancouver loses in regulation. They will not be able to qualify for the Stanley Cup playoffs.
PowerWest.ca, but the Stars are able to clear it into the Vancouver end. And Thatcher Demko out of his goal to handle. Chips it far boards to Connor Garland. Garland pressured on the forecheck by Colin Blackwell, who got it free, but now Garland recovers it and leaves in his own end for Quinn Hughes. Hughes darting right wing to center, stops at the red line, dropped it to Garland trailing the play. Now left wing for Suter into the Dallas zone. Leaves for Besser left wing boards. He'll fire it around behind the Stars now. It deflected off the dasher right corner to Ilya Lyubushkin, who takes his time with the puck and clears it the full length of the ice again.
And this Dallas team, very difficult to set up against. That goal that Vancouver did score, that was with speed, attacking the zone. But when you try to set up with them and set up that possession, just sticks everywhere.
I'm going to keep the
and
soccer game
taking
on
away
the tab
shooting
with
lanes and passing
OBS.
lanes.
Canucks have it in the Dallas zone again. Besser goes right point for Carlson. Across to Hughes. Left circle for Hronek. Banks it back to Hughes at the line. Again to Philip Hronek, left circle, retreats to the point, took a long wrist shot, but DeSmith saw it all the way and holds on with the glove. 3:55 into the third period, 2:47 remaining in the Vancouver power play. The Stars lead the Canucks 3-1.
And this is a shot
Zadorsky,
from the perimeter,
Grosso,
which there's no
Deanne
traffic
Rose,
really in front
Quinn.
of Casey DeSmith.
We got
As Hronek tries to get
D'Angelo
out on
and
net,
Nets.
and Niels
I like how
Hoglander
Casey
is
Stoney
right
likes
next
to
to
mix
Casey
it up.
DeSmith waiting for a rebound, but you could see it all the way.
Second power play unit on the ice now for the Canucks, and Mancini's getting a chance on the man advantage. Along with Carlson, Ratu, Hoglander, and Hronek. And Victor Mancini
So
from
we
the
have
line.
Jacob Rush for
Drops to Philip Hronek near
Vancouver, who
point.
scored in the third on the
Left
power
circle.
play already.
Hoglander passes
This,
to the
they've
side
got a
of the
chance
goal
to
for
score
Carlson.
two,
Couldn't take it
and
clean.
it is
Out of
going
the
to be
slot for
3-2.
Ratu. Back to Hronek at the line.
There is a power
Left
play
wing.
goal on the
Sent
board
down
for
low.
Vancouver.
Play by Carlson, side of the net. It's set up by Hoglander, deflected across the top of the goal and wide to the near side. Hronek dumps it behind the net. Linus Carlson can't find it. Cody Ceci can't clear. As Hronek
We got a
steals it
power
from
play
him in
goal
the
by
corner.
Victor
He gives it to
Mancini.
Ratu. Now to Mancini, top of the point, long wrist shot. He scores. Victor Mancini has his first as a Canuck, and they strike on the power play to make it 3-2. And they'll still have 2 minutes left on the power play to try and tie the game.
And there's a real directness to this power play unit's game, as it's not fancy. They're getting pucks through, and good job by Linus Carlson. Philip Hronek digging for the puck in the corner, and he gets to the point of Mancini, and he just lets a heavy wrister go from the right side, and Linus Carlson does an excellent job to get in front of Casey DeSmith, provide that screen. Simplicity gets the job done for Vancouver. It's now 3-2, and the Canucks are coming back in this game.
And they're still on the Power West Industries power play. 50 years in the power generation business. Visit PowerWest.ca. The Stars coaching staff is taking a second to have a look at this one. The only thing I can think of here is maybe goaltender interference if there was some contact on a screen in front of the goal.
It looked like that Linus Carlson was, they might be looking at the net at this one.
I'm thinking a missed high stick on the
Perhaps.
earlier play where Carlson batted it down to Ratu.
Because the goal itself looked fine. Linus Carlson was outside the blue paint. So I think they're going back to that scramble at the net. Was the puck hit by a high stick, maybe a hand pass, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be the case.
It looked like it was a high stick to me on the replay, but the Stars elected not to challenge, and the Canucks still on the man advantage here have scored 2 power play goals in the first 5 minutes of the third to turn a 3-0 game into a 1-goal game, and now they've got a chance to tie it, and their captain's on the ice, Quinn Hughes. He'll leave
Dallas
it
better
center
do
for
their
Hughes
job
through the middle into
and
the Dallas
end it
zone, trying to
in
pass right wing
regulation
that was
today.
broken up and cleared all the way back down the ice by Jamie Benn. Second of the year for Victor Mancini, but his other goal, and the only other goal of his NHL career, came when he was still a member of the New York Rangers. So his first as a Canuck has Vancouver back in this game. Suter to the Dallas line. Goes left wing for Hughes. Trying to pass back to Suter at the top of the circle, but Thomas Harley gets it out to center, and Colin Blackwell gains the red line, taking a hit from Jake DeBrusk for his troubles as he dumps it behind the Vancouver goal. Garland back to it, pressured by Steele on the forecheck. Scoops it near side for Linus Karlsson. Karlsson to Quinn Hughes. Skating the puck ahead. Right wing for Hronek with speed into the Dallas zone. Bumps it back high slot for Besser. Now to the left circle for Karlsson. Again to Hughes, top of the point. Defers to Hronek, right wing.
It's 3-2 goal by Victor Mancini from Vancouver, and Dallas is going to kill this third penalty that they had against them on this stop of this double minor.
To Besser of the line, again to Hronek, bottom of the left circle. Now to Hughes, top of the point. To the left wing for Hronek.
You want to know what sucks for Sebi? He wants the Stars to win, but we want the Canucks to lose.
After it, as Karlsson tried to center for him, but it rolls wide into the corner. Hronek gets it back to Besser, and Hughes holds into the line. 10 seconds left in the power play now. Hughes to the right circle for Philip Hronek. Back to Hughes, top of the point. Left wing for Niels Höglander. 3 seconds left. Höglander down low for Karlsson. Back to Hughes. One-time drive missed wide of the net, and Hronek holds in near circle. With Mason Marchment charging back into the play. Linus Karlsson, top of the point of the Dallas zone, winding into the slot to the net. Had his stick tied up as he went to release the shot and never got it on target. But the Canucks keep the pressure on. The Stars hemmed in their own end. Quinn Hughes down the left wing, took a shot, hit a skate, and rolled wide of the goal. Esa Lindell behind his own net. Takes it to the far corner, but Linus Karlsson steals it from him. Karlsson dumps it back behind the Dallas goal. The Stars line, the four skaters that are out there killing the penalty.
Shots are 6-0 for Vancouver in the third period. Stars outshot Vancouver in both the other two periods, and now Vancouver
Joshua battling with Lindell, can't get to the puck. Mason
is
Marchment
leading
can't
the
clear.
shot department after getting 6 shots in the third.
Banks it back to the line for
After the
Mancini,
Stars
and hopped over his stick and out to center. They'll flip it to his own
zero
line for Marcus
has
Pettersson,
done.
and the Stars
Vancouver
get a
has
partial
not
change with the Canucks
completed the
regrouping. Sherwood dumps it to the left corner. Esa Lindell didn't get off. He's been out there for more than 3 minutes. And the Canucks have it in the zone again, but Joshua's centering pass is broken up by Duchesne. And here come the Stars to center with numbers. Rancid in right wing. Driving to the end boards, pinned to the wall by Marcus Pettersson. Try to pass up the wall, gave it away to Aatu Räty. Canucks with a chance at a 3-on-2 to center. Räty to the Dallas line. Right wing for Sherwood, top of the circle. Shot right on, fought off by DeSmith. Where is it? It fluttered in the air. Rebound left wing to Räty along the goal line. He couldn't get it on target. Now Elias Pettersson for the point with a long wrist shot right on. And DeSmith makes the save and covers up for the whistle. 8:09 into the third period. It's the Stars 3 and the Canucks 2 on Alpine Credits Canucks Hockey on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
At Wolseley, we're the people behind your projects. When you visit one of our branches, you're not just
no,
getting
if
products,
anything, we want the
you're getting
Flames,
expert guidance
not the
from our
Canucks.
knowledgeable
The
associates.
Flames have
We're
more
here
of
to
a
help you
chance
find the right
point-wise
solutions for
than
every job
the Canucks.
fast. No one knows your needs like we do.
That we
Whether
need
you
them to
shop at
lose
one
to
of
the
our
Ducks
branches or online at WolseleyExpress.com.
And we gotta beat the Blues.
Experience the difference our team makes in keeping your projects on track. Your project, our priority.
Hi, I'm Ryan Cooper, owner of Power West Industries. For over 50 years, Power West has been the trusted name in generator rentals and sales across British Columbia. From
Canucks
standby
can
to
stay
emergency
out.
power, we've kept BC's
Flames
lights
can
on
come
through
in.
every challenge.
I've had no
Whether
beef
you
with
need a
Flames
generator for a small
this
or a
year. I've
major
had all the
project,
beef with
our
the
team
Canuck
has the
fans.
expertise and experience to
And
power
they
through
deserve
it.
to
We
not be in
offer
the
top-tier
playoffs.
service and a wide selection of new and used generators. Don't get caught in the dark when it matters most. Visit us at powerwest.ca today. We'll keep the lights on.
Spring is here, so get back in the game with Kubota Tractor. The compact Kubota BX23S is the Swiss Army knife of tractors, featuring a loader and backhoe that can dig, haul, and
That
clear your
too.
property with ease. For bigger
Minnesota
jobs,
has
the
fumbled the
Kubota
bag
L3902
since they lost their
has
second.
the power and versatility to tackle
Sens
any
are in the
task.
playoffs.
Score big on unbeatable deals. Visit a DLE
Did they
Avenue
seriously
location or
win?
DLEAMC.com
Did they?
for details. Quality, value, precision. There is only one Kubota.
Hi, this is Patrick Demko, and you're on the home of the Canucks, Sportsnet 650.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Canucks Hockey on Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network. Own your home, Alpine Credits.
Wow,
can get
Sens
your loan
actually
approved.
did book
Alpine
their
Credits
ticket.
homeowners get approved. Visit alpinecredits.ca.
You know what?
8:09 into the third period. The Stars lead the Canucks 3-2
Credit to
after
them.
a pair of power play goals in the final frame for Vancouver from Jake DeBrusk and Victor Mancini. Have the Canucks within striking distance here. Stars clear it out of their own zone, but Pius Suter dumps it back in on the right wing, and Niels Höglander chases down Thomas Harley on the forecheck. Puck threw around to the far wall. Granlund in a battle along the boards.
Well, I wonder what the Sens scenario is.
Garland in to help out. Got it loose for Elias Pettersson. High slot with a wrist shot. Deflected. Blocker saved by DeSmith.
2016, 2017 was the last time
and
they
DeSmith
made it.
held that out as well. Garland goes back to the line for Derek Forbert. Tunnels it behind the Dallas net. Garland trying to protect it in the end wall. Had it knocked free by Evgeny Dadonov. He couldn't clear the zone, but Cody Ceci follows up and passes up the right wing for Dadonov, who deflects it deep into the Canuck end.
And that was a big play by Matt Duchene. Elias Pettersson had a shooting lane, but Duchene got his stick right in the way to block that, and that killed the chance.
Now here's Jason Robertson with speed to the Vancouver line. Leaves for Mikko Rantanen with room through the slot. Took a low backhander and just missed past the stick side of Demko along the ice. Drew O'Connor winding back to center for the Canucks. Right wing for DeBrusk into the Dallas zone. Throws on the brakes. Pushed to the wall by Bischel. Lost the puck. And Leon Bischel is hit into the corner by DeBrusk, who knocked him down on the forecheck. Canucks will try to recover the puck deep in the Dallas end, right wing side. It's still caught up in skates down low. Drew O'Connor trying to pry it free. Lifted out to center by Mikko Rantanen, and Hronek plays it back to Hughes at his own line. Quinn Hughes to the near boards for Brock Besser. Back to Hughes in the defensive zone. Both teams completing changes. Hughes fires it to the red line. Ratu couldn't take it down. Maverick Bourque, right wing to the Canuck blue line, was poke check, couldn't get it in, and now the Stars do sweep it behind the Vancouver net. Just past the midway mark of the third period, it's Dallas 3 and Vancouver 2. And now a clearance from the Canucks goes all the way down, icing against Vancouver, and the faceoff will come back in the defensive zone.
And Batch, it's funny how hockey works sometimes. Heading into this game, one of my notes was 2 of the top 3 PK units going head-to-head tonight. And, of course, all 5 goals have been power play goals. So sometimes you just crumple up your paper and throw the script out because it doesn't go according to that.
It certainly hasn't tonight. As we mentioned, Canucks with the best PK in the league since February 1st. But the Stars 3 for 4 on the man advantage tonight, and the Canucks now 2 for 3 after the goals by DeBrusk and Mancini here in the third period. Hronek back to it, far corner, fought it up the boards for Brock Besser. He'll skate through the center ice circle to the red line and dump it down the right wing where Dakota Joshua skates onto it. Joshua cleared around to the far corner. Kiefer Sherwood couldn't settle the pass, and now the Stars ice the puck. So the Canucks will have a face-off in the Dallas zone with 9:23 left in regulation. And Vancouver trailing the Stars 3-2.
And this is a favorable situation as the 3 forwards out for the Dallas Stars have been out there for just about 50 seconds. And Vancouver can bring out their top line right now of Suter, Höglander, and Connor Garland, one of their top 2 lines anyways. But this one's probably been the most successful 5-on-5 in terms of generating chances.
Stars win the face-off. Labushkin goes behind his own net for Harley, who clipped it through the middle to Maverick Bourque. He'll tip it into the Vancouver zone, and Victor Mancini retreats to it behind his own net. Mancini leaves for Hughes.
Luckily, we shouldn't be short benched against the Blues tomorrow. We got Noah Phil, who we brought up. That tells me that McDavid probably won't play tomorrow, but he should be back within the next few games. Draisaitl should be the same thing. Stuart Skinner and Matthias Ekholm as well.
Back to Quinn Hughes. They'll play it up the left wing. Jake DeBrusk helped it across the Dallas line, but lost it to Ceci, and the Stars clear yet again. Sam Steele at center. Attempted a centering pass, broken up by DeBrusk. Now Elias Pettersson has it in his own zone. Makes a nice feed right wing for Teddy Bluger. Into the Stars zone. Bluger cycles to the end boards for DeBrusk. He was tied up by Ceci on the end wall. Mason Marchment gets it loose, and he'll lug it left wing to the red line and into the Vancouver zone as well before dumping it behind the Canuck net. Elias Pettersson far corner, chased down by Marchment on the forecheck. Marchment stole it. Centered in front for Mikhail Granlund with a quick shot right on, and Demko looked behind him. He didn't know where it was for a moment. but made the save and gets the whistle with 8:09 left in the third period. It's the Stars 3 and the Canucks 2 on Alpine Credits Canucks Hockey on Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hey, it's John Shorthouse with Blair Manton, licensed insolvency trustee with Sands & Associates. Blair, give us a reality check on credit card debt.
Shorty, making only the minimum monthly payment on just $6,000 of credit card debt could take you 40 years to pay off.
40 years? Or folks can call you.
With our help and solutions only licensed insolvency trustees offer, you may only need to pay back 30% of the credit card debt you owe.
Sands & Associates is open 7 days a week and open late. Click sands-trustee.com.
When you get a Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with a multi-dog transporter, mud navigator, a Rainmaster slope pilot, remote campsite finder, a moose country guide, a gravel handler, a very slushy surface controller, windy road stabilizer, spinning wheel avoider, a four-legged mammal attractor, surprise snow detector, plus a... Oh, and we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
Every hit, every goal, every save. Catch it all at your Lower Mainland Boston Pizza. All season, watch Vancouver hockey at BP and get bonus fan fun, like $5 pints of Molson Canadian or Coors Light, the official beer of Canuck fans. Plus, don't miss weekly prize giveaways. Every game, home and away. Boston Pizza is your local sports bar. $5 pints of Canadian and Coors Light, the delicious food of BP and Vancouver hockey. All season long at your local Lower Mainland Boston Pizza.
Hey, this is Connor Garland, and you're on the home of the Canucks. Sportsnet 650.
8:09 remaining in the third period. It's the Stars 3 and the Canucks 2. Brendan Batchelor with you tonight alongside Randeep Janda on the call. Satyar Shah and Dan Riccio brought you the pregame show. Sat has been with Bick Nazar at the intermissions, and they'll be back for the Canucks Central postgame show where they'll be joined by Ian McIntyre. Fast Eddie Gregory is producing the broadcast tonight. Canberra is the executive producer of Canucks hockey and our fearless leader.
For those who are also wondering, Canada is also playing Argentina in soccer once again in their second friendly. It is right now after Canada took a 3-0 victory over Argentina in the first friendly 4 days ago.
Hintz stood up by Marcus Pettersson, couldn't get it out. Held in by Ratu in the line, right circle. Joshua got a quick shot away, and he didn't miss by much. Past the glove side of Casey DeSmith, it went wide of the net. Heavy battle for the puck, far boards. Joshua and Marcus Pettersson in after it. And Joshua digs it loose, trying to center and pass to the slot. Broken up by Jason Robertson, couldn't get it out. Keeper Sherwood holds in. Dumping it to the right corner. He's mugged by Robertson as he drove to the end boards. Couldn't come up with the puck, and Jason Robertson gets it back for the Stars to center for Rope Hintz, who gains the red line and dumps it in.
The Canucks are bringing the heat in the third period. If they're going down swinging. Some physical battles out there. Marcus Pettersson and Hintz had a big collision.
Now here's Quinn Hughes, left wing for Niels Höglander into the Dallas zone. Höglander pushed to the end boards in a battle with Ilya Lyubushkin, and it's caught up in skates behind the net. Suter trying to pry it loose. It's sent around to the near point. Victor Mancini holds in. Dump it back to the end wall. Lyubushkin behind the goal, tied up by Höglander, can't clear. Gets it back though, does Lyubushkin, and sweeps it out to center, and Connor Garland will chase it back to his own line and leave for Victor Mancini. Mancini out to center again on right wing, dumps it behind the Dallas net. Stars get it out to center. Maverick Bourque fires ahead to Jamie Benn to the Vancouver line. Poke check by Victor Mancini, and Quinn Hughes has it in his own zone. Here's Hughes, the Canuck captain to center. Dumps it right corner in the Dallas end, cleared ahead by Lindell, and gathered by Elias Pettersson at his own line. Pettersson drops to Quinn Hughes. Dancing up ice. Hughes into the Dallas zone on right wing. Clears it around the end boards. Jake DeBrusk left corner over skate of the puck. And it's Sam Steele getting it out to center, forcing Elias Pettersson to play it back to Hughes in his own zone. Now for Elias Pettersson. Quick pass ahead for Jake DeBrusk. Skating through the neutral zone with speed. Right wing for Besser. Into the Dallas zone. Through on the breaks near wall. Dumped it to the corner. DeBrusk pries it loose for Teddy Bluger behind the net. Bluger stick handling on the end boards. Carries to the right corner, protecting the puck in a battle with Steele. Bluger to DeBrusque. Bank pass to the line. Elias Pettersson just holds in right point.
And
Sends it high
there's
around the glass to the
5
inboards, and
minutes
DeBrusque brings it
or
off the
less
left wing
in
side.
the game. Dallas 3,
for Brock Besser.
Vancouver
High
2.
slot one-time chance for Elias Pettersson. He missed the net. And
Shots
Derek
in the
Forbort
third
takes it
are
free for
9-2
Besser behind the
in
goal again.
favor
Besser
of the
for
Vancouver
Pettersson. High
Canucks.
slot. His one-timer was blocked. Bluger gets it back to Brock Besser, left wing. Now to Elias Pettersson to the line. Again to Besser, left side. Relentless pressure for the Canucks. Elias Pettersson, right point, took a shot. Bluger tipped it in front, but it bounced off a skate and wide of the goal. Derek Forbort lays a hit to make a play far side, but Brock Besser can't hold in as Cody Ceci pokes it out to center, rather. But Besser fires it up the right wing for Marcus Pettersson, back in across the Dallas line. Pettersson chips it to the end boards. Drew O'Connor can't recover it on the forecheck grab. And now it's Mikko Rantanen to the Vancouver line on left wing. Try to drop pass, tipped off a stick to Mason Marchment, right wing boards. Throws it back across the zone to Matt Duchene. His centering feed was blocked by Victor Mancini. Here come the Canucks, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Linus Karlsson to the Dallas line. Drops it left point. Marcus Pettersson stepped into a shot. It was blocked by Marchment. And now Matt Duchene's out to center. Duchene right wing into the Vancouver zone. Forced wide by Hronek. Tries a deke around Hronek. Threw it to the goal. Demko made the save and turned it wide to the near corner. Battle for the puck down low in the zone. 4:10 left in the third period. Stars lead the Canucks 3-2. Duchene, right wing corner. Carries back to the line. Takes a long screen. Wrist shot. It was deflected high and wide of the net. Jamie Benn's got it on the end boards. He'll carry around the right wing side. Ben to the line for Lyubushkin. Long shot. That changed direction in front as well, but ended up in the near corner. Harley to Ben. Now to the right point. Long wrister released by Lyubushkin. Held out by Demko. And Drew O'Connor, after it near side, is crunched into the glass by Jamie Benn. Rantanen in front for Ben with a one-timer from a tough angle. Left circle fought off by Demko. And Hronek's back to the puck for the Canucks. He'll flip it high in the air to center to relieve the pressure. And Linus Karlsson, who's been out there for nearly 90 seconds, forechecks to the Dallas line while his line mates get a change. Quinn Hughes controls in his own zone.
That doesn't surprise me.
He'll leave for Victor Mancini off the bench, and again to Hughes behind the Canuck goal. Quinn Hughes on the breakout. Right wing for Mancini across the Dallas line, near circle. Makes a move, trying to drive the front of the goal, but the puck rolled off his stick behind the net.
4-2 Dallas.
Gets it to Maverick Bourque, who clears it into the Vancouver end. Quinn Hughes back to it, chased down by
Maverick
Jason Robertson.
Bourque
Hughes protecting the puck, played
for
it to
Dallas
Mancini,
scores
hit into the end boards by
from
Hughes.
Jason Robertson.
But he protects the puck well and plays it loose far side for Ratu. Ratu beaten to the puck by Ceci. Behind the net for Robertson, in front for Bourque. He scores! Maverick Bourque with a one-timer from the slot beats Thatcher Demko with under 3 minutes remaining. And the Stars lead 4-2.
The Canucks threw everything they had at Dallas over the last few minutes, but a good push by the Stars, bringing it in the last 90 seconds or so. And down low, Canucks, about 3 Canucks get caught puck watching a little bit as Jason Robertson just makes a pass from behind the net as there's 3 Canucks watching Hintz and Robertson, but Maverick Bourque sneaks through the middle of the ice into the slot and smashes home a one-timer past Thatcher Demko to make this 4-2. A valiant effort for Vancouver, but Maverick Bourque gets a much-needed insurance goal for Dallas.
2-goal advantage for the Stars. We'll see if Rick Tocchet summons Thatcher Demko to the bench for the extra
Wow, and
attack.
that was 5-2 Dallas.
Back into the Dallas end. Hoglander left wing, forced to the corner by Ceci.
Empty netter, Mikael Granlund, or Mike Mikael. I don't know if that's how you say it. Gets an empty netter at 17:39.
The Thatcher Demko had just departed, and Dallas goes up 5-2 with 2:21 left in the game.
And Vancouver threw everything at Dallas. It looked like they were going to be able to tie this game up when it was 3-2. A couple of chances in tight, but here, as soon as the extra attacker gets on the ice, Dallas is able to win the puck. Matt Duchene doing a lot of good work in this game. Wins the puck, gets it over to his teammate. And Granlund in the middle of the ice. He's got a clean view of the center of the net and makes it 5-2 Dallas.
Mikhail Granlund scores his 22nd of the season. It's his 3rd point of the night. He's got a goal and 2 assists in this one. And he is our player of the game, brought to you by Waypoint Insurance. From business to home to auto to personal insurance, Waypoint has your back. Waypoint Insurance, together protecting what you love. Visit waypoint.ca. 2 minutes left, 3rd period. Stars lead the Canucks 5-2. Puck deep in the Vancouver zone. Evgeny Dodonov with it right wing. Placed to the line for Matt Dumba with a long snapshot deflected in. Demko made the save. And Linus Karlsson collects the rebound. Fighting it loose for Max
There is
Sasson.
less than 1
Sasson right
minute
wing to center, dumps it
play
into the Dallas zone. And the Canucks will get a change.
Period.
As Vancouver's playoff hopes will come to a screeching halt. In 90 seconds from now, here's another chance for Bork in on the left wing. Demko made the save. Elias Pettersson goes left wing for Kiefer Sherwood. Into the Dallas zone. Sherwood took a tight angle shot deflected behind the goal. Pettersson fights it free to Ratu on the right wing. Ratu with a shot to the goal. Joshua with a rebound. It's loose in front. Chopped wide to the net by Sherwood. And Joshua gets it left corner.
Whistle.
Back to the line for Marcus Pettersson. Made a move away from Maverick Bork. Here's
It is
Pettersson with room
5-2 Dallas.
to the right circle. Goes back to Elias
And it's going to
Pettersson.
be
His long
5-3
range shot was held out by DeSmith.
Dallas.
And
Vancouver
Marcus
scores
Pettersson
with a
forces
minute
turnover
left in the
left wing. They
period.
score. A tight angle shot
Atu
from
Ratu.
the left circle by Ratu. Beats Casey DeSmith to make it 5-3 with 59 seconds left in the 3rd period. And the Canucks are not quitting in spite of the deficit.
They're not done yet, and relentless effort in the Dallas zone as Marcus Pettersson takes the puck away from a Dallas skater, just picks the pocket and continues the attack as he takes the puck away from Wyatt Johnson, then plays the puck to Ratu's to the left of the Dallas zone and ends up beating Casey DeSmith. But that's an extra effort by Marcus Pettersson, the veteran defenseman, to set that play up and not quit.
And that's Ratu's 5th goal in the last 7 games, so finishing strong. With all the injuries the Canucks have faced at the center ice position, Ratu has come up, and not only has he contributed offensively, he was running at north of 58% in the face-off circle this season prior to tonight's game.
Wow. Hugh Sutter from Connor Garland. Atu Ratu.
40 seconds
from Marcus
left. Canucks
Pettersson.
have pulled the goaltender again, down 5-3. Quinn Hughes, left point. To the right side for Hronek. Down the near boards for Garland. With a pass in front, Pius Suter scores! Suter in the slot beats Casey DeSmith, and just like that, it's 5-4 with 28.4 seconds left.
What is going on as the Canucks now 1 goal back yet again in this game, and they're putting on the pressure here, and Connor Garland makes a great play. It looks like he's going to go to the middle of the ice, but he ends up going back towards the goal line, tricking Esa Lindell and making an excellent centering pass to Pius Suter, who is all by himself. The Dallas Stars puck watching here with 28 seconds left, and Vancouver's not done yet. Pius Suter with another goal and a great find there by Connor Garland to set the Swiss forward up to make this 5-4.
Pius Suter's 23rd goal of the season. With just 29.1 seconds left on the clock, has turned a 5-2 deficit with the help of the goal by Aatu Ratu into a 1-goal game again, with time on the clock here for the Canucks to try and generate at least one more chance.
No quitting these Canucks, and this 3rd period, they're down 3-0. They came back to make it 3-2, and you mentioned it, 5-2, and all of a sudden, with 29.1 seconds left in this game, they've added 1.1 seconds to the clock. Vancouver's got a chance to tie this up. They've been very direct in certain moments in this period, whether it was the power play goal by DeBrusk, whether it was the power play goal by Ratu a little bit later on, Mancini, and now they're direct again, and they're 6-on-5.
And they win the faceoff, and there goes Demko to the bench. Ratu got it back to Hughes. Left wing.
Oh my gosh.
They dump it into the Dallas end. Hronek right corner after the puck. It's tied up on the boards. Canucks trying to dig it free. And Besser gets it loose up the near side. 10 seconds left to Garland to the point. Left point, Hughes long. Wrist shot deflected wide of the goal. Rebound for Hronek in front. They score! It's Pius Suter in the slot with 5.2 seconds left. And they're not dead yet. Suter's got his 2nd goal in the final minute of the 3rd. And it's 5-5.
What
they
is
actually
happening?
did it, down 5-2 mere minutes ago. And direct play from the Vancouver Canucks again. 4 Canucks digging for the puck in the corner. They end up winning that battle. Connor Garland gets the puck at the point, and then eventually it's just thrown on net. But what a great play by Filip Hronek, who is down by the blue paint, past the goal line, just centers the puck. It looks like he was looking for Jake DeBrusk, but right behind DeBrusk was Pius Suter, and he makes it 5-5 with 5.2 seconds left.
Suter with his second goal of the final minute of the third period. The Canucks were down 5-2. Aatu Räty scored with a minute left. Pius Suter scored with 30 seconds left, and then again with under 6 seconds remaining on the clock. It's 5-5 through 60 minutes, and against all of the odds, the Canucks are mathematically alive still by earning a single point, and overtime is coming up next.
Unbelievable, as the Vancouver Canucks looked like they were going to lose this game, and they tied it up. Even Pius Suter has a look of disbelief on his face, but he's got 2 goals in the final minute of this game.
Nah, DeSmith goes from having a shutout to getting scored on 5 times in 1 period.
And we'll have it for you when we return. 5-5 through 60 minutes on Alpine Credits Canucks Hockey on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Spring has arrived across BC, and it's time to stock up at Angry Otter Liquor. Stop by for your seasonal favorites and discover a fantastic selection of proudly Canadian beer, wine, and spirits. Like their exclusive Angry Otter Lager from Yellow Dog Brewing, or grab a Canadian-made ready-to-go mixer pack from Hayall or Nude Beverages, perfectly chilled for you. Find monthly specials, new features, and cocktail inspiration by following Angry Otter Liquor on social media and shop local. Please enjoy responsibly.
For over 130 years, Andrew Sherritt Limited has been a trusted teammate for Canadian contractors, delivering top brands at fair prices. From plumbing and HVAC to irrigation, waterworks, and fire protection, they supply all you need for the job.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm in disbelief right now.
Sinks, toilets, and faucets for homes and businesses. Shop online through the customer portal at Sherritt.com or meet the expert team at any one of the 31 Andrew Sherritt Limited branches across Western Canada.
Interference, home team.
On the ice, you don't always get the right call. But when it comes to insurance, it's always the right call with Waypoint Insurance. Because hockey fans get a 10% discount on home, condo, and tenant insurance policies at waypoint.ca/hockeyfans.
Sebi, I don't think I've ever seen a comeback in 1 period as big as I just seen Dallas pull this lead. Holy.
Waypoint.ca/hockeyfans.
Hey, this is Brock Besser.
He scores with 1 second left in the period.
And you're on the home of the Canucks, Sportsnet Radio Network.
Welcome back. Brendan Batchelor and Randeep Janda with you. We're off to overtime. The Canucks and Stars tied at 5. Vancouver scored 3 goals in a span of 54 seconds in the final minute of the third to overturn a 5-2 deficit. And this isn't something you see every day. It's Filip Hronek and Mikko Rantanen on the draw at center, because Aatu Räty had been thrown out of the draw, but Hronek wins the faceoff, and the Canucks have possession to start overtime. Vancouver in white skating from right to left. Dallas in green going from left to right. And here's Connor Garland into his own zone for Quinn Hughes. Right wing to center for Pius Suter. Chased into his own end by Mikko Rantanen. Leaves for Hughes, who takes it behind the Canuck net. Hughes out to center on left wing, across the Dallas line. Chased to the corner by Rantanen. Feeds to Garland, rather. Now to Suter. High slot, fights through a checker. Rantanen got a shot right on, and DeSmith made the save. Suter gathers it again, left corner, tried a centering pass, but was slashed by Rantanen into the corner. He's going to go off, and the Canucks will head to the power play in overtime with a chance to win it against all odds.
Pius Suter is going beast mode here, scoring 2 goals in the final 30 seconds of regulation. And here, in the board, winning a board battle against Mikko Rantanen, and definitely takes a slash from the Finnish forward. But before that, Bat, you're right. Hintz and Räty were kicked out of the faceoff circle. It was Rantanen versus Hronek. And Hronek won the draw. Everything's going right for Vancouver
Dallas
in the last
loses
10 minutes,
this
I'd
game.
say.
Canucks started with 2 defensemen on the ice to begin overtime. So
This
it was
would
either
be the
Hronek or
biggest
Hughes
choke
who was
I have ever seen the
but
Dallas
now the Canucks
Stars
are off to the
give.
Power West Industries power play. 50 years in the power generation business. Visit powerwest.ca. And Suter wins it to Quinn Hughes. Canucks control in the Dallas end. Hughes, left wing for Besser. To Suter, top of the circle. Back to Besser, side of the net. Again to Suter, now to Hughes, high slot. Down the left wing for Brock Besser. A 4-on-3 power play in overtime. Besser to Hughes, left circle, doesn't have a lane, spins away from Lyubushkin, back into the high slot. Quinn Hughes, right side for Suter. Back to Hughes, high slot. To the bottom of the left circle for Brock Besser. Besser tried to throw it to the goal, blocked by Lyubushkin. Besser gets it back. Wanted to release it, goes back to Hughes, again to Besser. Now to Hughes, high slot, took a wrist shot, it's blocked in front. Rebound for Besser. He'll settle it side of the goal, passed it across to the right circle, and Suter couldn't catch it cleanly. He'll chase it down on the boards. 5-5, the Canucks and Stars in overtime. Vancouver looking to win it on a power play with Rantanen into the box as Besser tried to tee up a one-timer, but it was blocked to the corner. And it's cleared all the way down the ice by Colin Blackwell.
Lyubushkin did a good job of closing on Brock Besser. They're trying to set up that shot, but Lyubushkin just wouldn't give Besser any room.
Hughes for Besser, across the Dallas line on right wing to Suter cutting through the middle. He'll carry to the far boards. Back to Hughes, left point. With room, took a wrist shot, he just missed past the glove side of DeSmith. And Suter gets it back. Hughes Suter. To the side of the goal for Jake DeBrusk. High slot, Hughes had hopped over his stick and out of the zone with 30 seconds left in the Vancouver power play. Demko in his own end fires it up to Besser. He'll hold on to it at the Dallas line. Across to Niels Höglander. Höglander darting into the Stars zone on right wing. Forced wide by Lindell. Höglander protects the puck behind the Dallas net. Left point for Quinn Hughes. Over to the right side, Connor Garland. Wanted to shoot, didn't have the lane. Back to Hughes. 5 seconds left of the power play to Garland. One-timer for the high slot. He missed the net. Lindell gets the rebound, clears it down the ice. Rantanen's out of the box.
If the Stars actually lose in overtime, this would be the biggest choke
2 for 4 on the evening. Still
in,
with more than
literally
2
5
minutes
minutes
in overtime.
of hockey time.
4-on-4 for the moment until the next whistle after the penalty had expired. Here's Hronek.
Would be 6.
Right wing to center. Delays at the Dallas line and dumps it back into his own end for Thatcher Demko, who will leave for Quinn Hughes. Hughes drops to Hronek. Now for Sherwood. Out to center with speed. Again for Hughes, trailing the play. Right wing into the Dallas end. Delays on the boards to Sherwood. Top of the point. Back to Hughes, right wing side. 90 seconds left in overtime. Pressure
Vancouver
to the
won.
Rantanen. Hughes goes back to Hronek. Again to Hughes, right circle. Top of the line. To the left corner for Hronek. Poke check by Harley low in the zone. He's knocked down by Hronek on the end boards. Garland gets it in front for Sherwood. He scores! Kiefer Sherwood wins it in overtime for the Canucks. And they're back from the dead. They trailed 5-2 in the final minute of the third, but win it 6-5 on the road in Texas. And it's Sherwood with the overtime winner, his 18th.
Bruh. Sir, did the Dallas Stars just choke that game so badly?
First free kick. Swept away. Back to the wing, and Argentina can't keep it in play.
Hold on a
We
sec.
see Casey Stoney continue with this youth movement, and if the Gopher wants to offer another first cap, we might see Quinn's teammate with the rise, Holly Ward, in the game sometime in the second half. We'll just have to wait and see. Wickenheiser trying to keep her check out wide. Carl does the same. Comes a bit of a game of twister in front of the touchline, and Wickenheiser raises a forearm and brings down the speedy winger. It's right hand on red, Jess, in case you missed it.
I will say I don't think there are times to foul and there are times not to. This is not the worst position to foul in, but I do think that Canada needs to be a little more careful in and around their box. At a 0-0 game, Argentina's obviously proven they can strike a ball. So I will say that I do think they have to just be a little more mindful of where they're fouling.
It's Rodriguez and Martin. Alidou and Carl in the wall. Rodriguez, the number 9, to the near post, and it slips underneath Sabrina D'Angelo. I'm going to assume that was meant to be a cross in a threatening area, and it still somehow confounds the keeper. Pretty incredible delivery from the wing, and D'Angelo cannot believe it's Canada who conceded the first goal of the match. The set piece stings the Canadians. We thought it might be from 20. It turns out it's from about 35.
This is a well-struck ball. I do think that she attempted to do that. She went for that front post. She had a curve in that. That's not an easy ball to hit. So I do think, again, to my point, Canada needs to be careful in and around the box. You should not be giving up fouls there, because that's what happens. And set pieces have the ability to make or break your game.
Well, if you are Casey Stoney and you're looking for different challenges and different game simulations, it's the first time they've had to come from behind against Argentina. Mila Rodriguez, who is nearing her half-century. Build off of what had been a disappointing World Cup for Argentina. Canada understands that sentiment. Signed with Grêmio in Brazil to start this 2025 season. Seen a few different Alidou outswingers. We'll see if Grosso offers up a bit of a different look with an in. It is Grosso. Jade Rose underneath it, but she was pushed as she made contact. Swarming Canada. Quinn. They get a header and a pass, both keeping Canada forward. It's a bit unfortunate for Briggs.
I actually would have loved to see Alidou take that, to be able to drop it right in between the 6 and the penalty spot for Canada to crash it. It would have been an in-swinger. It would have been a lot easier for Canada to get on the end of that and potentially finish.
We are back in BC tomorrow night right here on One Soccer as the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals continue. From 5 p.m. Pacific time, we will have Inter Miami and LAFC. Messi's boys coming off a draw with TFC and are trailing in the tie. The Californians looking to advance to the next round. They would take on the winner of Pumas and the Caps. It's 1-1 heading south to Mexico City. We will have a full Matchday Live pre, post, and halftime show for you right here on One Soccer. It all gets underway 7 p.m. local.
I think right now Canada really just needs to focus on what it is they're great at, and that's settling the ball and playing their game. They can't get into the franticness of Argentina and the way they're playing and just being very physical and fouling. That's not going to work out in Canada's favor.
Briggs, Wickenheiser, and Carl, each of the three were second to the ball. I'm not going to suggest for a moment that Argentina has Canada on the ropes, but it's certainly at least on the back foot right now. Martin for Ippolito. Rose just escorts her away from the ball in time. Dalia Polito, the only European-based player outside of the captain Aldana Cometti in the team. Wickenheiser, who applies her trade at Häcken in Sweden. Which means inevitably she will go to Portugal next before landing either the NWSL or NSL. Based on the track record of Canadians of the past, they've had a few come through. Laracy rings a bell there as well. It's where you have to really do your best, Jess, I presume, to keep your emotions in check as the match gets more frustrating.
Yeah, and I think it's only going to continue to get frustrating. You know, Deanne Rose is a strong player. You know that Argentina is the type of team to go down at the faintest of touch. So, yeah, you definitely have to keep your emotions in check. It's going to get frustrating when they start to dive, when they start to throw tantrums. So, hopefully Canada can keep it together.
It was something that the staff alluded to as well, that wouldn't be a surprise at all. And they want to see different types of opponents, different styles, whether it's an underranked team, someone who'd be considered an underdog in an Olympics or a World Cup that would sit in a block or try to be ultra compact in the middle and force Canada to break them down. So they had the opportunity at the wide pitch at BC Place. They will certainly have the time to do it in these final 10 minutes and the second half at Starlight. One touch too many with Rose open in front of her. Revere, who has become a half centurion for Canada with her start today at left back.
There's another example of trying to keep your cool.
Almost bit her tongue in half. She tried so hard to.
Very unnecessary.
Jade's not afraid of a little bit of grit sandpaper to a match. Unfortunate one for Deanne Rose. It will be an Argentine throw into the 41st minute of the match. Yamila Rodriguez in possession now, the goal scorer. Referee didn't want to indulge her with a flat there, and then she comes in with her studs up high on Quinn. It's a ridiculous tackle to make it a friendly. If there was VAR, I think they would make sure that that's not a sending off. That's a terrible tackle. Quinn took all the studs to the top of their leg. Let's take a replay. That's a straight red for me.
She didn't even attempt to go for the ball.
And it's not the first time we've seen this from this nation against this country. There was a sending off 2 friendlies ago. Rodriguez, you're right, just nowhere near the ball, just tries to put all of her body weight on the Canadian midfielder's foot.
Thankfully, Quinn didn't walk out of that with a more serious injury. That could have been bad.
You'll take that on the top of your foot instead of the ankle. It's a scary one.
They're definitely going to have a nice imprint of studs left behind.
Be able to count every single one of them when they take their boot off after the match. See Julia Grosso trying to preach for calm as the frustrations and tensions mount. Rose bosses the right back away and wins the throw for Canada.
This is going to be a part of Argentina's game plan. They have to throw Canada off mentally for them to beat them. So I think that, you know, they're very aware that Canada is dominating overall. The only way to really throw them off their game is to be able to get in their head.
Nice step from Quinn. Grosso on the block. Alidou trying to muscle her way into the box. Quinn from Grosso. Tough one as they make a move to the left and try to pass in one fluid motion. Rose slightly under hits, but it's misjudged. Jade Revere looking for Carl, running in. Takes it on the volley. Is it deflected? She's not arguing much. Great chance for the Spirit defender.
This is good recognition by Jade to be able to find Gabby running in and crashing the box. One thing to note, Canada has a lot of numbers in the box, which they've been doing really well the last few matches. I think they continue to do this, and they will eventually find one in the back of the net.
2.5 minutes before first half stoppage time. Jade Rose for Deanne Rose. Carl Fouls. Now Sofia Dominguez. Quinn deputizing as a center back, allowing the fullbacks to join in on the attack. A late push from Casey Stoney's side. Into the box, but has the ball lifted away by the captain, Cometi. Corner kick one. They're making noise in the West End as Canada attacks the goal in front of them, looking to level the match. Wickenheiser, Briggs, Deanne Rose, all in the box. Jade Rose couldn't leap. She was canceled up by Cometi, the captain. Able to complete the cross. Briggs takes it down. Briggs! Oh, she'll win another corner for Canada. And there goes Julia Grosso. Grosso into the 6. Lifted, headed, not cleared. Takes 3 attempts from the Argentines to get it out of their box. Deanne Rose had leapt for the first header. Solana Pereira is down seeking some attention from the bench.
This was a great ball in by Grosso. This is exactly why you need to have some pace in behind your delivery. It's very difficult to clear. A lot of franticness in there, but good on Canada to be able to put their body out there. Unfortunately, it didn't, get in the back of the net, but I do think that they need to continue to get those numbers in there.
Briggs again looking for that first goal on her first cap.
I feel it coming.
Only thing that could take her out of it is if she's subbed at half. I will say as well that that's a bit of a moment got missed by the assistant referee on the corner. It was Dominguez who was much closer than the 10. She needed to be away from the corner, getting her boot by her ear, trying to block it from Grosso. Assistant referee could have put their flag up and let Canada do it again. This is what I mean, Jess. You see the slash, the hash mark, and that's not particularly close.
No, that definitely could have been called by the assistant referee.
Tell you what, supporters are delighted that the rains held off for a little bit. West Coast always turns out for this program. Heck, East Coast as well. I mentioned that game when Rose scored against Brazil. Great to see Canada on the road.
You love to see it.
At home on the road, I should say. Not just at BMO Field, get the rest of the country a chance to see them play. Wickenheiser. There are 2 minutes of stoppage time in this first half. We've used probably 2 minutes for that Pereira injury. Rose, a bit unfortunate. She couldn't lift it over the head of the goal scorer. Now Ippolito. It's a poor pass. Well recovered by Jade Revere. But the pressure's coming from Argentina, giving Canada a bit of a taste of their own medicine with the counter press. Another foul from Albi Celeste. It's Cometi. And that's, remember when Rose took a number, Jess? She just used that number right there. What are you doing, says Katja Koroleva. Like a disapproving parent, she's seen enough and heard enough from the Argentines.
We've spoken so much about the importance of set pieces. Another thing to point out is throw-ins are an example of a set piece, and I think just there when we saw Canada get caught in the counter, that came off of a poor throw-in. Canada needs to be able to possess those throw-ins, not be dispossessed and be caught in the counter.
Well, Canada is out-crossing Argentina 15-2. They're 7th from a stopped ball. It's a long way from goal, though Carly Wickenheiser was willing to try it. It's the final play of the half, and Canada will head to the changing rooms. A bit of a surprise as they trail Argentina by a goal to nil. It was Yamila Rodriguez from a free kick of Argentina's own. In the 34th minute of the half, she snuck it under Sabrina D'Angelo's glove. And if Tony, and you're looking for youth move, Sabrina D'Angelo. Alidu and Carl in the wall. Rodriguez, the number 9, to the near post, and it slips underneath Sabrina D'Angelo. I'm going to assume that was meant to be a cross in a threatening area, and it still somehow confounds the keeper. Pretty incredible delivery from the wing, and D'Angelo cannot believe it's Canada who conceded the first goal of the match. The set piece stings the Canadians. We thought it might be from 20. It turns out it's from about 35.
This is a well-struck ball. I do think that she attempted to do that. She went for that front post. She had a curve in that. That's not an easy ball to hit. So I do think, again, to my point, Canada needs to be careful in and around the box. You should not be giving up fouls there, because that's what happens, and set pieces have the ability to make or break your game.
To start this 2025 season.
Canada's most reliable internet technology.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laugh? Are you getting any loving? If other people do, why can't you have a little fun?
Look at him drive the center lane, a full head of steam, and work his way around Charlie Coyle. He just ran out of real estate trying to cut across Scott Wedgwood, but you get a little glimpse of the legs of Carlson. Bruce Cassidy talks about when Carlson's in the lineup, that kind of takes care of a line, that you feel secure most times when he's on the ice for the group that he's centering.
Guy who had such a great season last year. 30 goals, 60 points, second most of his career. Logan O'Connor got checked there by Ben Hutton, who again draws in on the third pair defensively for Vegas with Kaden Korczak. Well, Kiviranta got to it, back to the line. Eric Johnson off a stick, drops down. Nelson with a shot, redirected. O'Connor scoops in behind. Banks one out. Here's Johnson on the back pedal, pressured there by Pearson. O'Connor got a 6-year extension before the season started. This is collected at the wall by Pearson and out toward neutral ice. Trying to lumber around Eric Johnson, and he gets to it first in the corner. Smith onto the ice, gets checked by Kiviranta. Smith tried to get it back, driving toward the net. Taves interrupts him. Off of Johnson's stick, Carlson collects. Smith in behind, looking for Olofsson, and then Taves swallowed up Riley Smith. Olofsson on the reload. Signed a 1-year deal with Vegas. One-timer and a big save made by Wedgwood on the drive from Noah Hannafin. Hey, join the great chase for victory over cancer by donating $8 or any amount to pediatric cancer research through the V Foundation and Hockey Fights Cancer. Donate at v.org/Great Chase. What a scene it was on Sunday on Long Island.
Just an amazing thing to watch as Ovi set the all-time goals record. And I mean, the record that I think most people felt was unattainable. I mean, it's just an amazing total of goals to even just consider, and he's at the top of the heap now.
And it was just pure class all over the place from everyone involved, including Wayne Gretzky, of course. Listening to his comments just never got old. Keith Middleton got pressured there by Ivan Barbashev. Able to steer it off for Jimmy Vesey, and then carried to center by Lindgren. Now Whitecloud plays it off the skates of Stone. Vesey on the entry, good stick from Howden, along with Mark Stone for the VGK. met there by Mark Stone. Feathers it along toward Nick Waugh, hopped away from him. And here's Miles Wood. He will work it deep. He's got goals in back-to-back games, but Colorado changes. Theodore snapped one off for Saad, and now carried through neutral ice by Nick Waugh. Stick handling in and dispossessed of the puck. Johnson, good feed for Chris Wagner. Banks one in the direction of Parker Kelly with Jared Bednar's fourth line on the ice here on home ice. Keep at the line, off the skates, spinning around. Kelly able to feed a shot and a blocker save by Schmid on Sam Malinsky. Picked up by Wagner, centered. It finds Eric Johnson on the back pedal. Rink wide. Malinsky a shot with Wagner parked in front. Wagner a backhand feed, bounced down. That one came past Dorofiev. Kelly with a good workman-like effort, but this is out to neutral ice.
That's two good shifts in a row for that line. We'll get another one when you hem a team in. Coach likes that. You get back out there again as Kelly and Wagner get the job done.
Yeah, with Drury centering that group. Jack Drury's been a very nice ad after